everybody, this is Queen Jelly Cosplay, and welcome back to Fallout 4, sorry. And let me just get back into the game, because again, I still have to switch back and forth between my mouse and my controller as of right now. And I have to make sure that it's actually recording every time, because I don't want another episode lost. Because that's not fun. Okay, perfect, and now back to the controller. Alrighty, so we just finished killing Kellogg, and now we are going to go and talk to Piper. Now with this, we have to get out of the building first, because in this one you have to be outside and you have to not be near enemies in order to fast travel. But once we're outside, we can go ahead and fast travel to her, because she should still be in Diamond City, which we've already been to. So therefore we can fast travel back to it.
Going up.
Nick just materialized.
Hey.
There's something you need. Looks like you got something to say.
Your thoughts?
I've been told the Valentine Detective Agency signs are an eyesore. But they sure bring in the business.
I think it's about time we called it quits.
No.
Sure. Suppose I'll head on home then.
Hey, Valentine.
Time to hit the road?
Let's head out.
I was trying to just leave the conversation. I wasn't trying to send him home. But actually I'm gonna turn them up a little bit. They were plenty fine. I don't know why now they're really quiet. Hopefully they're not super loud on the recording, and it's just that my headphones are really quiet. So sorry if that's a problem.
Roof access. Hey,
I'll see what I can do.
go check that out.
Can do.
Oh, it's a used terminal? It's already open? Oops. Open door.
Out of reach.
And I would turn off the turrets,
Over
but we
here.
already killed all of them. And then that leads us into the last faction. Or, not the last faction, but one of the other factions. So that is the Brotherhood of Steel.
Our intentions are peaceful. We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about them. I'm not sure I necessarily trust them. But okay. But for now, we're going to go ahead and... Sorry, wrong button. We're going to go to our data, and we're going to show on map. We're going to fast travel inside Diamond City, because if you travel to the other one, you're outside. But if you travel to the marketplace, you're inside the city. And that's one less loading screen we have to sit through. Now we've met the feral
Hey,
dogs.
see that big blimp? What's the Brotherhood of Steel? Why are they here?
Again, I'll probably be singing this game's praises a lot, but that's one of my other favorite things, is that there's so much dialogue and background that you never can really hear all of it. And as things change in the environment, so do the situations going on in the towns and everything else. Especially in Diamond City, because it's such a major area and so important to the story.
well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
We need help, Piper. This man named Kellogg kidnapped my baby. But that wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Sean.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
Whatever you're thinking, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna go quietly the moment I saw him.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
He wasn't gonna talk. Even if I had a way of bringing him alive.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
I hope you're right, Nick.
Let's see. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... who's coming with you?
I have to go to the Memory Den either way, if I'm gonna introduce you to Amari. If you want to head there together, just say so.
It's you and me, Nick.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
While you two are out, I'm gonna do some more research. I'll be here if you need me. And by the way, at some point, you owe me an interview. I want to hear how this whole story got started.
Not that I have anything against Pepper. Honestly, I don't. I've been with Nick, and like I said, I've played previous playthroughs with Nick before, so I know how it works pretty well, so.
Maybe constantly trying to kill us, but the Commonwealth never lacks for excitement.
We're gonna go ahead and, not jump, level up. It's the same button, just on a different screen. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the next, sorry. Okay, level up. What do I need? Requires level 14 of my character, so I can't get that quite yet. But I can get this. Yes! Mysterious Stranger. Very, very, very helpful. Okay, so we can't go all the way to Good Neighbor yet, but we can fast travel over to Park Street Station, which is the closest location. But, like I was mentioning before, you have to be outside of buildings when you want to fast travel.
Consider themselves
Even good people do crazy things when they're scared. Ought to be Diamond City's motto.
Okay. She says free your mind. From what? This Ultron robot was constructed by RoboCo and sold to the U.S. military as a frontline wartime combatant. It's fast and deadly at close range. It employs a devastating laser at distances. Some units can even employ stealth technology. In combat, the police model of a Protectron relies on strong melee attacks and painful electric shock. Oh yeah, Protectrons are no joke. And that's the module that just showed up is in the memory den where we're heading. Once you discover a location, you can use your map to fast travel back to it. Normally you must be outside to do so, but with some exceptions. Okay, we're gonna follow the waypoint. Cool, I love when it's dark. Sarcastically.
Let's play, little human!
No, let's not. Let's just go inside, good neighbor, please.
Well, it's the detective. Tracking down another wayward husband to his mistress?
Why? Someone stand you up?
You trying that, what do you call it? Evasive language on me? And who are you, huh? Valentine's new dick in training?
We're working together, yeah.
Really? Well, you're in luck. I got a special offer on some insurance for partners of the Great Gumshoe here.
You better back off, or you're the one who's gonna need insurance.
What was that? I couldn't hear over the sound of all that pathetic. You hand over everything you got in them pockets, or accidents start happening to you. Big, bloody accidents.
Nick Valentine makes a rare visit to town, and you're hassling his friend here with that extortion crap? Good to see you again, Nick.
Hancock?
What do you care? She ain't one of us.
No love for your mayor, Finn? I said let her go.
Be soft, Hancock. You keep letting outsiders walk all over us. One day, you'll be a new man.
Come on, man. This is me we're talking about. Let me tell you something. Why'd you have to go and say that, huh? Breaking my heart over here. You all right, sister?
I'm fine. Thanks for taking care of him.
Good. Now don't let this incident taint your view of our little community. Good neighbors of the people, for the people. You feel me? Everyone's welcome.
Yeah, I feel you.
Good. You stay cool, and you'll be part of the neighborhood. So long as you remember who's in charge.
Again, he's a ghoul. And actually Daisy, from Daisy's Discount over here, is another one. I think she's one of the people that kind of explains a little bit better to us.
Oh, new face walks into my store, and you're not even screaming yet. Very polite. You let me know if anything catches your fancy.
Did you say something about people screaming at you?
That's right. Some newcomers have never seen a ghoul before. Can't handle a friendly face, I say. So you need some supplies?
Ghoul? What's a ghoul?
You're looking at one, sweetheart. Didn't have any shelter to go to when the bombs fell. Radiation's kind of the ultimate makeover. Done wonders for my skin. I look pretty good for being 220 years old. Now you buying anything?
Not interested at the moment,
Not
but
interested.
she's one of the
According to
locations that I do
under the
tend to come
table
back to a
anyway.
lot. Because she has a lot of like good like health stuff.
Doing them much good at this point.
Well, well, Mr. Valentine. I thought you had forgotten about little old me.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
She's cute.
You got the memory pod loaded up? Oh, you're not Irma.
Ooh. Kent.
Hey there.
Good neighbor's crazy. Thefts, murders, worse. Sometimes you just gotta escape a little to make it through the day.
I hear you. It's a mess out there.
It's rough in the best of days. But now, you ever listen to the Silver Shroud? Huh, that's what we need. No matter how bleak things got, he saved the day.
My family and I used to listen to every new episode.
You mean when they first aired? How? The last broadcast was hundreds of years ago.
I was in cryogenic storage for a long time. I only just woke up.
Oh man, that's amazing! You're just like Mr. Abominable from episode 83.
Yeah, something like that.
Boy, if you just woke up. The world these days must take some getting used to.
That's an understatement.
Things may look bad, but we gotta try to make it better. I got a question for you. What if the Silver Shroud was real? With his black trench coat and gleaming silver submachine gun? I got a plan to bring him to life. So he can fight bad guys and give the rest of us a symbol of something better.
What plan?
I've built my own custom machine gun. Even better than the one in the show. But to make this work, I still need the most important piece. The genuine Silver Shroud costume herself. And they actually got one here in Boston. They made it for the TV show. Will you help?
I might do it, if you make it worth my while.
I can give you some caps up front. Just promise you'll help me.
I'll get the costume for you.
You're gonna do this? For real? Before the bombs fell, they were filming the Silver Shroud pilot over at Hubris Comics. So that's where you'll find it. You're the best.
So we're not going to go do that right now, but we will go do that because I really like that quest line. And I love Kent. He's such a sweetheart. So if you notice that those are all red, that's because we're in a building that is inhabited, so we're not... So if we took them, we would be stealing and could be attacked by people or police or something to that effect. I don't remember exactly how it works, but... As opposed to uninhabited buildings where the things are just up for grabs and scavenge.
Dr. Amari?
Yes?
Just like you can pickpocket in this one too.
This one's all yours, Nick.
We need a memory dig, Amari, but it's not going to be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you do realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who could make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Nick's an older model synth. Is he still compatible?
That's exactly what I was thinking. If we are lucky, it should hook right in. But even if this works, Mr. Valentine would be taking on a tremendous amount of risk. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. Let's do it.
You really think this'll work, Nick?
No idea. But we got a missing kid on the line. That's worth the risk.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you
Also, you should
feeling
probably
any
stop
different?
moving.
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Tell me you have a way past this, Doctor.
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
All right, let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
It was green, so I went ahead and took those. Again, if they were red, I would have left them. Oh, that's because I was trying to get in the wrong memory lounger. I don't know why he would have crossed the other side, but it's fine. And we cannot move right now. But we can see Nick getting into his on the other side over there.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on. Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary.
Alrighty, now we can control
I'll try
again.
to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
And we are walking on these little things, so we're trying to find the next memory
There.
path.
This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Turn down the goddamn radio!
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though. Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
So each one of these, as you saw there, has a lot of information.
There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence.
Especially about Kellogg and his story. We don't have to listen to all of them.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
No, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. No, it's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
And just kind of listen to what plays out. I'm not going to access all the memories in each of the scenes because that's going to take a while.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg?
Notice how...
You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
Just so you realize that's basically what he did to us.
Another memory to try. I'll connect you.
That somebody else did that to him.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job is done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So,
You're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Shutting down.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something.
This is one of those cases of kind of like...
there's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
how most hackers get their jobs is they hack something. And that gets them hired because they're the only ones that can fix the hacker virus that they initiated.
Hopefully it's all...
Just find it.
Pod C6, down the hall near the end.
And there's me. And my husband. And baby Sean.
This is the one. Here.
Open it. Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Okay? Come here. No. Come here, baby.
No. I got him. Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean!
God damn it. Get the kid out of here. Let's go. At least we still have backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again.
So, looking at that,
Another intact memory.
it looks like when they unfroze us, they unfroze everybody. Interesting. But yeah, when I unfroze, I was the only one.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
There we go.
It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
And that's what we were looking for. That's how they get in and out of the Institute.
Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
I am ready. How do I don't remember how I leave. Ah, this button over here. There we go.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
I have this burning feeling inside my skull. It's like it's on fire.
That's not surprising. All the synapses in your brain have just been pulled apart, connected to someone else, and then pulled back together. I injected you with a large stim pack while I was pulling you out. That should ease things. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes, their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
That scientist, Kellogg, was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
Then he's dead already. It's a waste of time.
No. He must have gone there for a reason. He has to be alive. He must have been prepared for it. Look, we don't have any options left. You have to go after him. Through that sea of radioactive ash.
I'll find a way to get through the rest. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Okay, let's go find Nick and talk to him, and then we're gonna get on our way to finding Virgil. This episode's probably gonna be a little bit longer than the others because we haven't had much action going on. It's been all very story
Nick.
right at the moment.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. That was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Kellogg. Is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
So we're gonna go ahead and head out. We're probably going to be putting on the Morgan spacesuit because that's going to help with the radiation. The Morgan spacesuit comes from
Whoever this Brotherhood of Steel is, I'm not buying that.
But I don't want anyone here to forget what matters.
We're comes from the Creationist Club. There are other ways to go about going to the glowing sea, but this is the one that we're going to use since it's available to us. It's not always that easily available, though. Usually, a good way to do it is a power armor. The other thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to see, because we only have a little bit of Radaway and Rad-X, so I'm going to go over here to Daisy's and see if she has any more Radaway or Rad-X, and she's not here.
That's a nice little setup. Wouldn't mind one of these at the agency.
Ah. There we go. Ooh, but I love... Oh. Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. And see, now when we go into our Pip-Boy, it's gonna be a different color. Isn't that cool?
Hell of a load you're carrying. Better sell some to Daisy before someone swipes it.
Yeah, except she's not here, and I wanted her to be here so I could... Okay, nothing I can cook right now. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and go. Okay, and then data, the glowing sea, show map. It's all the way over here, but we can travel to Diamond City. That's gonna be our closest location. See, there it says you can alter the weapons and attire most companions by accidentally in the trade menu and dialogue. But like I was mentioning in the last episode, they can also change their weapons if they so see fit. A lot of the times they'll change if they find a more powerful one or if they find something that's more fit to the enemy at hand. As we were talking about before, certain enemies will have different weaknesses and strengths based on their armor types. Since we're inside Diamond City, I'm going to go ahead and check out and see if there is weapons surplus. Maybe you have some.
I don't know you. Just keep your distance.
Keep calm. I'm standing still.
That's exactly what a synth would say. I don't know. Are you really, human?
Human as the day I was born.
Well, you do look human enough. But I'll be watching you. I have eyes like a... Well, they're good eyes. Got it? All right. We can do business, but no funny stuff.
Let's see what you have.
Everything you need.
We'll see about that. Okay, weapons, apparel, aid. She does actually have some Rad-X. We're gonna buy Rad-X and an extra Radaway. And we'll go ahead. We'll sell her one of these and that one. We'll learn more about some of that other stuff later if we need the space, but I'm just gonna do some quick, essentially, just to balance out how much I'm spending. Okay. Okay. Confirm trade.
got a free workbench.
And then we're gonna go ahead and head out and continue towards the glowing sea.
Far too busy to talk right now. I'm the mayor.
Well, I don't want to talk to you, Mr. Mayor, so that's fine. Diamond City Radio broadcasts the most popular music from before the war, as well as some more recent news stories. Pre-war military checkpoints scattered throughout the Commonwealth are a great place to find fusion cores. So I would play the Diamond City Radio or the Commonwealth Radio, but I'm not sure if any of those musics are copyrighted, so I don't want to deal with that for the channel, but that's normally how I play. Like it was saying, current stories, so you'll hear commentary about things that you do throughout the game. It'll actually change the stories that are being told on the news, which I think is a really cool and fun factor with the game. And again, it plays a lot of classic songs from like the 50s and 40s. But I don't necessarily, like I said, I don't know how that will work with copyrights, even though they're older. So I don't want to bother with that if I don't have to. Sorry, this is going to take a little bit because we have to get all the way over to the other area. We're going to get there as fast as we can. Meantime, hopefully we'll get some XP from some of the other things around us as we're passing areas, and then also because as we're passing areas, and if we do actually locate them, then they'll be faster to quick travel back to if we need to get further or in this area again. So a lot of those ones that you see like that, the Trinity Tower signals or things like that, are other side quests that you can eventually do, or you can do then by listening to the radio, and then it'll pop up with the actual quest. That one actually is a quest line that could get to a different companion as well. Which that one is actually a super mutant companion, which I've mentioned super mutants at one point, but I don't think we've actually officially seen super mutants yet in this playthrough. But we'll get to see some pretty soon, so you don't have to worry about that. But super mutants are also a variant of mutated humans. Jeez Louise. Okay, finally. Oh, he was the alpha, so that's why he was a little bit harder. Let me just gather, quick save, and then I'm gonna heal. Yeah, and no. Okay. Well, it's a good thing we have on our radiation suit. But probably just before we get to the glowing sea, we'll probably take some rad away. Because we're definitely going to be taking some red X so that we don't take as much radiation damage even in the suit. Because as you saw with that, even though we're in a high suit, even in the water, we can still get a little bit of radiation damage. But we're taking less than 1 radiation damage. We're probably be taking a lot more if we didn't have it on. But also being in the water is different than it being in the air. Ooh, a legendary. And heal. You can see he mutated, or he regained all of his health. Sometimes when they mutate, they get different powers or different things. Usually if like a robot legendary mutates, he usually starts on fire. Ah, darn it! Unfortunately, the suit that we're in right now doesn't offer a lot of protection from armor, or a lot of armor at all, so I probably should technically switch back to the other stuff in the meantime until we actually get to the glowing sea. So, hold on. That unwielding leg is really good though, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and put an eat really quick. Oh. And see, this time we got a lot more radiation from the water than we did last time. But it's fine. Because this time we're not going to be big stupid, and we're actually going to finish this fight, if they're even still there. Which they're probably not, because I think in this game a lot of those fights are more auto-generated. Or, sorry, randomly generated. Because even if they're there, it's probably not going to be a legendary again. Oh, mysterious stranger. So helpful. That's why I...
That was him. Danger. There you go.
Feral ghouls tend to be a very good way to get things like gosh, I can't think of what it's called. Oh, for like crafting and stuff. They have a lot of junk typically carried on them. And see, we're already almost to the glowing sea. It doesn't take very long to get to the locations in the beginning because they know that you don't have a lot of locations found, so they don't usually put them too far apart if you haven't already been over to that area. Now granted, if we did just start walking and we didn't, so we're gonna take some Rad X, and we're gonna put on the Morgan spacesuit. There you are. Okay. And now see, we're taking much less radiation damage. Once you get into the glowing sea, if you do not have radiation protection, you will die almost instantly. You either have to have tons and tons of Radaway and Rad-X and be almost constantly swelling them down, which can lead to addictions, or you have to have something like the Morgan spacesuit, some sort of radiation suit, or a power armor. That's really the only way to get through this area. I know we're still on the edge of it. It's not really that bad yet, but you'll see as we go in there's going to be lots of rad storms and things like that. Nick will be fine, obviously, because he's a synth and doesn't actually need to worry about radiation damage. I think if you were to take, like, say, Piper with you, she would have to have radiation protection as well. I don't think she can just waltz in because she's human. So she might end up having to actually stay out completely if she were to be your companion. I'm not sure how that works, since, like I said, I usually play with Nick. And see that lightning over there? That's actually from a rad storm. I don't like the sound of that. That's probably a death claw. We're just gonna keep going, because we still have a bit to go, as you can see from our marker being farther away. I think we're about to meet the Children of Adam, which is a very interesting group. But I don't think they're technically a faction in this game. I mean, they are a faction, but I don't think they're a faction you can play with? Or, you know, like join, I guess you could say. But I don't remember entirely. It might be part of the DLC, which, by the way, I do have the DLCs that came for Fallout 4. So I have Nuka World and the robotic DLCs as well. Which will probably play some of Nuka World at some point, because I love Nuka World so much. Because I don't know, I just really love the whole idea of like Nuka-Cola and everything, and it being like this important part of like pre-war life. Because I mean, I guess it just kind of brings it into reality for me a little bit more. Especially as being someone who lives and works near a theme park. Or lives and works at a theme park. Lives near and works at. Okay, there we go. That's actually proper English. We're gonna walk around the edge here. I'm so glad I have the spacesuit. Okay, and Radix just wore off, so this might make it harder.
You approach Atom's holy ground. Why? State your purpose or be divided in his sight.
I'm here because I need your help.
Do you seek division? Have you come to merge with Atom? To be split in his infinite glory? Or do you seek to tear down his followers?
I mean you no harm, I swear.
Few make the effort to travel so far. Very well. You may stay for now. But know that we are watching. Violence will not be tolerated.
That's fine. But I don't... I guess I have to talk to her still.
Do you have a moment?
What do you need of me, child?
I'm looking for someone named Virgil. Have you seen him?
Yes, I know of him. What do you want with him?
I just need some information from him.
He has sought refuge with Atom. I would know more before I tell you where he is. What do you want with him?
I need his help reaching the Institute.
I have heard of this institute. They hide themselves, trying to avoid the power of Atom. A futile effort. In truth, this Virgil has caused some concern. Some believe his presence is an affront to Atom. Though he came to trade with us on a few occasions, we have had little other contact with him. It was quite clear he wanted to be left alone. You can find him southwest of the crater, living in a cave. I would approach cautiously were I you. I feel he does not want visitors.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep going up to the cave. I'm gonna let the Children of Adam go. So if you didn't gather from that, the Children of Adam basically worship the radiation and treat nuclear atoms as a god of sorts. They refer to as Adam. The power of Adam is radiation, essentially. Just to be safe. Because I don't think we technically discovered a location there, but maybe we did. I know I've had issues with that before in the past, so just to be safe. I also in the past haven't necessarily had the spacesuit, so I've died of radiation more often than I am this time. Or have anything, and it's great. Even without the Rad-X, they're barely getting anything. Which again, I don't. This is why, like, this is a really nice addition. Like I said, it came from the shop. I can't think of. I said it earlier. I can't think of the name of it right now. But I definitely would not recommend doing this without something. You can't do it without something, but I definitely recommend the suit over doing it with a bunch of Radaway and Rad-X, because that's going to cost you a lot. Plus, again, you can get the potential of being addicted to the chems, which can be reversed, but again, costs more chems, or more caps and everything else. So that's definitely the more expensive route. But if you don't have something like this, you're trying to get the caps for, or getting a thing can be just as hard and difficult to get a power armor. So, you know, however you can play it. Okay, I guess I found the edge of the map. Cool. Can I please just get away from the Deathclaw? I really don't want to have to fight the Deathclaw right now. Okay, I found the rocky cave. I found Virgil's laboratory. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, like I said, we haven't had really that much going on. It's been really all story mode. So we're going to go ahead and finish this part up and then call this an episode, though. So it's going to go just a little bit longer, but not too much.
Hold it. Take it nice and slow. No sudden moves. I know you're from the Institute. So where's Kellogg, huh? Trying to sneak up on me while you distract me? It's not going to work. I'm not stupid. I knew they'd send him after me.
I'm just here to talk.
That's so. Then talk. Fast.
You have information I need.
And yet I have no idea who the hell you are. I think we'd both better start explaining. You start.
I'm just looking for information on the Institute.
The Institute? So, they did send you, didn't they? You're working with Kellogg.
Relax, big guy. Kellogg won't be coming after you. He's dead.
Dead? He's dead. Don't you lie to me.
I'm not lying. I killed him myself.
Did you? Kellogg was ruthless. There's a reason the Institute used him to do their dirty work for so many years. I knew they'd send him after me. Tried to prepare for it. But I still wasn't sure I'd make it. And so you killed him, eh? Then what do you want with me?
Why did you leave the Institute? I know you came from there.
You know about the escape? But how? No, it doesn't matter. I'm not going back. I can't go back. Look at me. Why are you even here? What do you want?
Relax. I just need to know how to get in there.
Wait, what? Are you serious? You want to get into the Institute? Are you insane? Never mind how nearly impossible that is. Even if you were to succeed, it'd almost certainly end in your immediate death. What reason could you possibly have for taking that kind of risk?
Why? I don't need to do the persuasion, because honestly, it's usually easier if you just talk about Sean.
No, I had no idea. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Institute has taken people from the Commonwealth in the past. If your son is one of them, I can understand why you'd want to get in there. I can help, but I'm going to need something in return.
You help me, and I'll help you.
All right. If I help you, you're going to do something for me. Before I was forced to leave, I was working on a serum to reverse this mutation. It could return me to normal. You understand? So if you get in there, I need you to find it in my old office and bring it to me. I think that's pretty reasonable in exchange for helping you.
I don't remember if I've ever successfully been able to get it for him because it's pretty hard to get in his office.
In and out of the Institute?
Yeah, they use some sort of teleporter?
Well. Not many know about it. Pretty closely guarded secret. You've certainly done your homework. It's commonly referred to as the molecular relay. I don't understand all the science behind it, but it works. Dematerializes you in one place, rematerializes you in another. I'm sure it sounds crazy, but it's a reality. The relay is the only way in and out of the Institute. You understand? The only one. That means you're going to have to use it. Now, have you ever seen an Institute courser?
A courser? What's that?
Another Institute secret. Coursers are Institute synths, designed for one purpose. They're hunters. Operations go wrong, a synth goes missing, and a courser is dispatched. They're very good at what they do, and you're going to have to kill one.
Let's go. Just point me in the right direction.
Well, I suppose your enthusiasm counts for something. Every courser has special hardware that gives them a direct connection to the relay in the Institute. It's embedded in a chip in their heads. You need that chip. But to get it, you'll have to find a courser. Now, I don't know exactly where you can find one. They haven't sent any after me. And sitting here waiting doesn't seem like a good plan. You're going to have to hunt one down. I can tell you where to start and give you some help finding one. But you'll have to do the dirty work.
Which is fine with me.
Okay. Let's get to work.
Right. The primary insertion point for coursers is in the ruins of CIT, directly above the Institute. So you'll want to head there. Now, the relay causes some pretty heavy interference all across the EM spectrum. You've got a radio on that Pip-Boy, right? When you get to the ruins, tune it to the lower end of the band and listen in. You'll be able to hear the interference. Follow the signal, and it'll lead you to a courser. Then, you just have to not get killed. Not gonna lie, the odds aren't in your favor here. But if you do make it, remember what I said about the serum. I need it badly. I really do hope you find what you're looking for.
Alrighty, so now that we finished that one, we're gonna go ahead and end the episode here. Again, I do apologize, there was mostly just story and not really a lot of action going on, but I promise the next one is gonna be action-packed, as we're gonna go kill a courser, which is not gonna be easy. So, I will see you all in that video. And don't forget, if you like this video, give it a like down below. If you have any suggestions on what we should do with the playthrough or any factions that we should particularly join, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And if you want to see the rest of the series, go ahead and subscribe. We'll be hopefully doing daily uploads. If not, we'll be hopefully doing them every other day. Thank you, and goodbye.